Hi, today we're talking about depression, smiling depression to be exact. It's a myth that depressed people are constantly crying and walking around looking sad, so it can come as a shock to discover someone you care about is very depressed when you thought they were okay and laughing and normal. What comes to mind when you hear the word depression? Sadness, loneliness, hopelessness. You may also experience feelings of worthlessness or even thoughts of self-harm or suicide. The most common symptoms of depression are changes in sleep patterns, either insomnia or hypersomnia, which means sleeping too much, and changes in appetite or weight. Other common symptoms include low energy, difficulty concentrating, worthlessness and hopelessness, social withdrawal, and emotional detachment. However, many people may not realize that depression can manifest itself in different ways, one of which is smiling depression. Smiling depression is a form of depression where the person suffering from it appears to be happy or well adjusted to others, but is actually struggling with severe depression. People with this form of depression often suffer in silence, and their struggles are often overlooked or misunderstood. If you suspect someone you know may be suffering from smiling depression, it is crucial to approach them with sensitivity and understanding and encourage them to seek professional help if necessary. Laughter can also be used to mask the depression and is a coping mechanism. Let's look at some signs to watch out for. Number one, they're always the life of the party. Have you noticed someone who's always the center of attention, always cracking jokes and keeping everyone laughing? But when no one is looking, do you notice them become quiet and withdrawn? They don't want to talk about themselves and seem disinterested in what's going on around them. They may be hiding their depression behind their outgoing and cheerful personality. They may use humor as a defense mechanism to avoid talking about deeper, more emotional topics and may feel uncomfortable when the focus shifts. Number two, they're extremely hardworking. Do you know someone who's always busy and seems to put work or school before everything else? They're always striving for perfection and feel a strong need to be successful. Although it may seem like they have their life together, always achieving and excelling in their endeavors, this can actually be a maladaptive strategy to cope with depression. By immersing themselves in their work, they can avoid dealing emotional pain and negative feelings. This coping mechanism can only go on for so long, and eventually the emotional toll of hiding it can take its toll on their mental health. Number three, they're overly involved in other people's lives. Have you ever met someone who seems to know everyone and be involved in everyone else's lives? They're always asking about your day and giving advice when asked, but also sometimes when you don't want it. While this may seem nice and caring on the surface, it can also be a sign of smiling depression. People who are overly involved in other people's lives may be doing so to distract themselves from their own problems and the negative emotions associated with depression. By focusing on the problems and concerns of others, they can avoid dealing with their own issues and the pain that comes along with them. Additionally, people with smiling depression may feel guilty about their own struggles and feel that they are not allowed to complain or ask for help. As a result, they may throw themselves into helping others as a way to make up for their own perceived shortcomings. Number four, they abuse substances or self-medicate with alcohol. Do you know someone who seems to have a drinking problem? Maybe they're always the first person to grab a drink at parties or always have a beer in their hand. While this may seem like just someone who likes to have fun and doesn't take life too seriously, it could also be a sign of smiling depression. People who abuse substances or self-medicate with alcohol are often trying to numb the emotional pain and negative feelings associated with depression. Alcohol and drugs can provide a temporary escape from reality, allowing individuals to forget their problems and avoid dealing with them. However, this is only a short-term solution and can ultimately make things worse. Substance abuse is a serious issue and should be addressed with professional help. And number five, they're socially connected but emotionally detached. Have you noticed someone who's always surrounded by friends and always invited to parties, but never really seems to connect with anyone on an emotional level? They may have a lot of friends, but not close friends. This can be a sign of smiling depression. People who are socially connected but emotionally detached may be struggling with depression and using their social connections as a way to hide it. By maintaining a large social circle, they can avoid being alone and give the appearance of being happy and well adjusted. However, beneath the surface, they may be feeling isolated and disconnected. They may feel unable to open up to their friends about their true feelings, leading to a buildup of negative emotions and a worsening of their depression. In conclusion, smiling depression is a complex and challenging condition that can affect anyone regardless of how happy or well-adjusted they may seem on the outside. It's important to remember that not everyone who smiles is happy and that those who struggle with smiling depression need our understanding and support. If you suspect someone you know may be struggling with smiling depression, it's important to approach them with sensitivity and encourage them to seek professional help if necessary. Remember, there is no shame in seeking help, and with the right support, those suffering from smiling depression can find the help they need to manage their condition and live happier, healthier lives. So, did you find this video insightful or educational? Please like and share this video with others who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content. Thanks for watching.